a story that makes everyone cry. Laugh, cry, an ugly cry, and definitely totally not cry. But it's okay. You can always blame it on the altitude.
If you're lazy, man, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you. You don't make me feel dumber. You don't lower my level. I don't think so. You can go over there. There's plenty of teams in here where you'll fit right in. I don't deal with people that don't admit at that level, but then act as if they do. I don't deal with that. I don't. It's real shit. I mean, listen. So, like, we used to get into stuff all the time because it was like, he would say, okay, Kobe's not throwing me the ball. And the media would take it and run with it and all this stuff. I'm like, well, bro, if you were in shape, by the time I run down on a fast break and run back and then run down, you're still coming down the first time, bro. Like, what the hell do you want me to do? Right? So a lot of our contention came from that.
And even though he was older, you were supposed to confront him.
You didn't care. I didn't care. Man, listen,
Day one?
bro.
From day one.
I knew for sure Rick Fox, my teammates, they all thought I was absolutely crazy the day me and Shaq got in a fist fight. After that day, they were like, okay, Kobe, you're certifiable.
Fist fight.
Oh, yeah.
Fist fight.
I'm not backing down. Listen, either you're going to whoop my ass or we're going to have a match. But, there's a level of respect, and for Shaq too. I know he's told me that day was a big turning point for him because it was like, he's generally used to talking trash and saying what he wants, and nobody really stepping up and challenging him on that. And then when he saw me challenge him on that, he was like, this kid's crazy. All right, I can win with that. And so that was kind of the beginning of our relationship, I think.
That's probably never happened to him. That's probably not something that's common to him.
No,
it's also 10 years old or something, right?
It's all coming back around. It's also a game in Phoenix. My first year we were playing, and he kept posting up. But they kept fouling him, so he kept going to the free throw line and kept hitting him. And so he threw the ball out to me. I'm not throwing that back in here. So I kept shooting him, right? So we get in the timeout. He's like, hey, I'm open. I'm like, okay. And so we go out and same thing. Hey, I'm open. Okay. And you go, come again. Hey, dude, you got to throw me the ball. I said, man, Dad, get it off the rebound if I miss, bro. You told him this. First year, 18 years old, man. 18 years old. And I must have been out of my damn mind. The story continues. So if you fail on Monday, the only way it's a failure on Monday is if you decide to not progress from that. Right? So to me, that's why failure is not existent. Because, if I fail today, okay, I'm going to learn something from that failure. I'm going to try again on Tuesday. Those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That's the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Today could be today that your career is over. Now. So I better get to work. Rest at the end, not in the middle. That's something I always live by. I'm not going to rest, I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. And I'm just going to keep going. And I'll figure these things out as we go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time. Have a dream, sacrifice for it, and never ever rest in the middle. I came into the NBA, it was hard. One of the things I would do is everybody would be in the cafeteria, eating, some stuff. I just go back to the show you that no, I have the energy. Well, you do what you train. Right? So when I get up in the morning, my daughter goes with me.
4 a.m.?
4 a.m. My 15-year-old goes with me. She goes with me before school, and it becomes a daddy-daughter.
That's cool.
Through that process, she understands the value of art. And so it's through those behaviors is where I find the motivation. I think the definition of greatness is to inspire the people next to you. I think that's what greatness is or should be. It's not something that lives and dies with one person. It's how can you inspire a person to then in turn inspire another person, and then inspire another person. And that's how you create something that I think lasts forever. It's not sit around and it's all happy and lucky time. The leader, your job is to get the best out of it. You gotta deal with it. Face it, learn it. It's exciting when you win, it's exciting when you lose, because the process should be exactly the same. But the hardest thing is to face that stuff. But what if today is the day that that's it. Now you win.
In this video, I want to show you guys an overview of the Lullaby VST plugin. Now, this is a plugin that works in any DAW that will allow you to separate stem files instantly. You don't have to interrupt your workflow. You can isolate, extract instruments, vocals, a number of different things right as you're making a beat, which I think is really, really cool. Now, if you guys want to check out the plugin, I will leave a link to it in the description of the video. You can check it out on our website. It is available for users who have the Pro subscription plan, but all that information is right in the description if you guys want to check that out. So I'm going to be using FL Studio, and I'm going to call it the VST plugin, but for me as a producer, I love using this plugin, I guess, for two different ways. Sometimes to basically separate instrumentals from vocals if I'm working on a remix or want to just basically make an instrumental version. But I also love it if I'm working on a sample, which is what I'm going to kind of be using in this video. Sometimes if I'm working on a sample or a loop from another producer or anything, sometimes there's elements that I don't really want. Maybe it's bass, if I want to take out the bass and put my own 808s on it. Maybe it's vocal samples that are interrupting, the sample that I want to remove. All stuff like this. I just find that using Lullaby gives me more creative control over, how my beat is sounding. So I have just a loop like this that I'm going to kind of use. So a few different things in here. There's a bass line, there's some string, piano elements.
What can I say? Mamba out. My parents were great.
Like I said,
They instilled in me.
I don't know if you've been listening to my previous post, but this is what I do.
Understanding that, okay, if you want to accomplish something, I'm not just going to sit here and say, yes, you can do it.
All day, every day.
Yes, you can, but
Sometimes more
you
than
also put in the work to get it.
others.
So they taught me that at a really early age.
Sometimes
And when you grow up as a kid,
I need a
thinking
push.
that your oyster, all things
But this is what I do all day.
When you grow up,
Even if it's in intervals,
Who was more influential for you, your father?
that's what I do.
Both were influential at different points. Right? My mom was there on a daily basis. My father was really influential at a really critical time where I had a summer where I played basketball when I was like 10, 11 years old. And got home playing and I didn't score 1 point the entire summer. Not one.
You didn't score once, not one. Were you in the game?
I was in the game.
How did you not score?
And I was terrible. Not a free throw, nothing. Not a lucky shot, not a breakaway layup, 0 points. I remember crying about it, being upset about it. My father said, listen, whether you score 0 or score 60, I'm going to love you no matter what. Wow. Now that is the most important thing in senior job. Because from there, I was like,
Progress, not perfection. You want progress, not perfection.
Hell with that. I'm scoring 60. Let's go. Right. From there, I just went to work. I stayed with it. I kept practicing. I think that's when the idea of understanding a long-term view became important. Because I wasn't going to catch these kids in a week. I wasn't going to catch them in a year. Right? So that's when I sat down and said, okay, this is going to take some fall. Right? What do I want to work on first? All right, shooting. All right, let's knock this out. Let's focus on it. Let's have a year, 6 months, nothing to shoot. All right, after that, all right, creating your own shot. So I started creating a menu of things. When I came back the next summer, I was a little bit better. And then 14 came on, back half 13, 14 years old, and then I was just killing everyone. And it happened in 2 years. I wasn't expecting it to happen in 2 years, but it did, because what I had to do was work on the basics and the fundamentals. But they relied on their athleticism and their natural ability. And because I stick to the fundamentals, it just caught up to me. And then my body, my knees stopped hurting, I grew into my frame.
And then your athleticism. Once you have the fundamentals, the hard work, the mindset, and you tackle the rest.
Wow. I love the game, the challenge. Like I would watch Magic play, I would watch Michael play, and I would see them do these unbelievable things. And I said, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out. Let's find out. And so that curiosity to see where I could push this thing led me down that path, I think.
With the 13th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania.
Greatness lies ahead for this young man.
Well, I learned that you have to work hard, you have to approach the game with a serious mindset.
There was a stretch in 03 where Shaq was out. And Phil called me up to his office and said, okay, we need you to turn over after and start scoring all off the afternoon. So I did, and I wound up scoring, I think it was 9 straight games, 40 plus points.
9 straight.
9 straight games. And then Shaq comes back, second to last game back. And Phil called me to his office and said, cool. Okay, I need you to dial back. I'm like, why? Like, we're winning one. I don't understand it. It's because our goal is to win the championship. If we continue to do this, we'll lose Shaq. We'll lose him.
His motivation, his excitement.
What triggers him, right? So I need you to pull back so we can pull Shaq forward for Junior. I mean, that was the big challenge. You move from, being the single dominant player to understanding, okay, I have to help these other guys.
I want to lift everyone else up.
It's tough. It's more like you put yourself to the side, you put yourself in their shoes and understand what they're feeling. And then you have to make certain decisions and look at what buttons you need to push together to get you to the next level. So it's not sit around and it's all happy to recognize. The leader, your job is to get the best out of it. Even if they may not like it at the time.
And he was very demanding because he expected everyone to put in the same effort as he was. And that was unrealistic.
You're not behind me, you're not in front of me, you're right there parallel with me.
Practice was very competitive right away. You know how Kobe is. He was drawing, we had it going sometimes. He didn't let me slip a lot. Times where the ejector about to get a technical foul or going off the deep end. He would be there to, set me straight a lot, which helped me a lot.
So we get the timeout, he's like, hey, I'm open. I'm like, okay. And so we go out, same thing, hey, I'm open. Okay. And you come back in, you got to throw me the ball. So man, fuck that, get off the rebound if I miss, bro.
Build apps that scale. Meet Base 44. Profit. Foundation set. Structure's good to go.
Listen, I don't deal with people that don't commit at that level, but then act as if they do. The running joke. He doesn't pass and all that crap. That's okay. I'll take this fun. I'll take fun. What's your approach to recruitment? You want first place, come play with me. You want second place, go somewhere else. Like I would watch Magic play. I'd watch Michael play. then I would see them do these unbelievable things, and I say, you know, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out. Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
So because you know what you want, the world's giving you exactly the information you want to become better at it. You know what you're looking for. So many guys tell stories about your work ethic. What was really your work ethic like, and for how long did you stay disciplined?
Well, I mean, every day. I mean, since 20 years. It's an everyday process and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses. For example, jumping ability. Now, my vertical was a 40, wasn't a 46 or 45. My hands are big, but they're not massive. So you got to figure out ways to strengthen them. So your hands are strong enough to be able to palm a ball and do the things that you need to do. Quickness, I was quick, but not insanely quick. I was fast, but not ridiculously fast. Right? So I had to rely on skill a lot more. I had to rely on angles a lot more. I had to study the game a lot more. And but I enjoyed it though. So like from the time I can't remember when I started watching the game, I studied the game. And it just never changed. It's a good separation for me, you know, emotionally, to be able to put myself in a place where at practice or when I'm training during games, I switch my mind to something else. Switch my mode to something else, right? For me, it's the equivalent of Maximus, Decimus, Meridius, and Gladiator picking up the dirt, smelling the dirt, it's go time, right? So that was my mental switch. It's like an actor getting ready for a film. You gotta put yourself in that cage. When you're in that cage, you are that character. When you leave there, it's something completely different. When I'm in that cage, bro, don't touch me, don't talk to me. Leave me alone.
How did you get mentally and emotionally so strong where it doesn't matter?
Well, you know, you gotta look at the reality of the situation. You know, like for me, it's not, you know, you kinda gotta get over yourself. It's not about you, man. Like, oh, okay, you feel embarrassed. You're not that important. Like, get over yourself.
That's where you go.
Get over yourself. Right? Like you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing because you shot 5 air balls. Get over yourself. Right? And then after that, it's okay, well, why did those air balls happen? Got it. High school, year before, we played 35 games. Max. Right? Week in between. Spaced out. Plenty of time to rest. In the NBA, it's back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I didn't have the legs. So you look at the shot, every shot was online. Every shot was online, but every shot was short. Right? I gotta get stronger. I gotta train differently. The weight training program that I'm doing, I gotta tailor it for an 82-game season, so that when the playoffs come around, my legs are stronger and that ball gets there. So I look at it with rationale. So, okay, well, the reason why I shot air balls is because my legs aren't there. I gotta make sure they'll be there. That was it. Got it. Done.
Were there some names that you looked at and says, these 3 guys are as crazy as I am?
At the time, I deal with what I refer to as Goat Mountain. I went to Goat Mountain and I talked to Magic, Michael, Bird, Keem Olajuwon, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Bill Russell. Yeah. So I would talk to them. What did you do? What were your experiences? Michael in particular, he's become my big brother. He's been my big brother since I first came in the league. And what was that process like? So I went to them and started understanding the ins and outs of the game, and you know how they approach things and their level of detail and obsessiveness, and that's what I did. The players that have that passion, but weren't willing to commit their entire lives to doing that, right? It's a choice. Right? You have other things, you have family, you have all these other things you have to do. The game can't really be your #1 priority. And so I was looking at that like, man, this is gonna be fun.
If I'm buddies with you from high school, if I'm a cousin of yours, What happened to our relationship? How did that gravitate when you went into the league and you're determined to become the greatest, you're determined to become one of the greatest? What happens to our relationship?
Oh, it suffers.
It does suffer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you understood that. You were okay with that.
Yeah. And the people that love you, like friends and family, like they know that about you.
Got it.
So they let you be you. And when you reconvene, you pick back up where you left off. But make no mistake about it, everything in between is lost. Right? So those long-term relationships, the commitment of time of taking vacations. Like I see a lot of players take vacations with other players that are close friends. And just take vacations just to take vacations, or just hang out just to hang out. Like I never did that.
Why didn't you do that?
Well, because when I retire, I didn't want to have to say, I wish I would have done more. I don't want that. I don't want that. You got a lot of people paying their hard-earned money to come watch you perform. It's your job to be in shape. It's your job to be strong enough to perform at that level every single night. And as a competitor, I'm not done. Like it's not, oh my God, my back hurts, I'm sore. We got to play Vince Carter and Toronto Raptors tonight. We actually had this happen. We had a game against Toronto in 2000, and Vince was tearing the league up. My back was jacked. But like the perception of that, like what? Kobe's missing the game against Toronto and Vince Carter because my back was really spasming. But people will be like, what? Oh, he's ducking Vince. Excuse me?
He's talking about the little chakra, which I spoke
I
about.
would be in a layup line like, okay.
You watch me.
There's a lot of days where you can rest and recover. Today ain't one of them. Your back can bother you any other day. That ain't bothering me today. He gonna have to see me today. Yeah.
Don't go into the selling business, go into the mirroring business. And people put a product together many times. Don't do it to sell. Do it so it's so darn good, or your service is so darn good that they'll tell other people about it.
I'm sitting down in person with billionaire entrepreneur and
If you're looking at a big investments you got to make, what is the decision-making process there? Do you call? Is there first you do your own research? You take this much time to call an advisor. Is there a system?
It's pretty simple for me. It's do you understand the business? Is it a business that you can help in some form or fashion? What are the barriers of entry to that business? And then the entrepreneurs themselves, the company itself, do they have a culture that you believe is sustainable? Are these leaders people that you believe in? Are they people that are obsessives? And in turn, have they created a culture of obsessiveness? So I tend to look at those 4 factors, and that's it. That's
big right there, by the way. I don't know if you guys caught that right there. That's pretty massive right there. Same determination. What's your current work schedule look like today?
It's different because I personally am not writing every word of the novels. I am not animating the films. What I have to do now is make sure that the people that we bring in, these obsessives that we bring in, are challenging themselves to do the best job that they think they can do. That's what I'm there for, is for them to constantly look in the mirror and self-assess and challenge themselves. If we have a project and you're saying, okay, I can do that, that's not the project we want. The projects that say, I don't know if I can animate that. I don't know how to write that story. I don't know how to do that. Those are the things we want, because through that curiosity, you'll reach a level that you didn't think was possible. And so, running the studio, that's what I'm doing.
You're playing against the Golden State Warriors. Score is 107-109. You guys are close to getting into the playoffs. You know exactly what happens in the game. You go up, you're about to take your shot, and then all of a sudden, boom, your Achilles happens, right? He went and hit the free throws, and then you walked off the stage.
Yeah.
You got the surgery guy.
I went in the trainer's room, my kids are in there, and they're looking at you and stuff, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, it's alright, Dad, it's gonna be alright, it'll be fine, it'll be alright, it'll be alright, it'll be alright. As a parent, you gotta set the example. You gotta set the example. This is another obstacle. This obstacle cannot define me, it's not gonna cripple me, it's not gonna be responsible for me stepping away for the game that I love. I'm gonna step away on my own terms. And that's when the decision was made that, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Winning is
I can't make this too long.
not about the trophy and the accolades. It's about the grind. It's about the obstacles.